Welcome to ARW. I'm Harold, and I've got several things going on here today. We're going to get to messing with my air supply again, is the point of this video. But in the meantime, since my last video, I got an email from Roger Petrella, and he said he was going to send me some stuff, and he did, and I lost his email, so I couldn't tell him it was here. I don't know if you've been in that situation, but I was really frustrated, and I know he was wanting to know, did the stuff ever get here? But it just wasn't anything I could do about it except maybe write him a letter, you know? So anyway, the merchandise did get here. He said he was watching me with my Craftsman bench grinder, which I bought back in the 70s, and that the shields on it weren't see-through anymore. So he sent me some nice new shields that he had around. Apparently he had one of these and he doesn't have it anymore. And so there you are. That's absolutely brand new stuff. So the first thing we'll do is we'll install these things on the grinder. Alright? Now, he's not the only guy that I heard from, you know, during this time. I also heard from Bear's Rod Shop. Kind of an interesting history with Bear. The first time he sent me a deal about Bear's Rod Shop, I didn't think hot rods. I was thinking fishing rods. I don't know, you know, I guess because I never messed with hot rods. And anyway, he sent me an encouraging message on the back of his wife's picture. And I believe he lost his wife this year to cancer. So that's not a good thing, you know, but I guess these things happen. And he sent me some stickers, but I already got a sticker on my board, so I guess I'll save these up for whenever I send stickers to somebody else. That's what I think a lot of people do. And I don't know if you guys remember when I built the desiccant dryer for my air. It was a big, little over 2 feet long, 2-inch diameter plastic pipe, Schedule 40. And it worked really great until one night the air compressor dumped 150 pounds of pressure over in it and blew the thing up. And there was desiccant balls all over the garage. I still find them in places that, you know, that I didn't get to easy enough to clean up. So that left me with just the one little, you know, coffee cup full of desiccant sized dryer that you know, I had used just as an indicator. I could look through the side of it and I could see when the balls started turning pink that it was time for me to do something about it. Well, they're pink right now, so while we're adding another one of those little small desiccant dryers, I'll be regenerating the stuff out of the old one. Alright? Now you can regenerate this stuff, I don't know how many times, probably lots and lots, but you can put it in defrost in a microwave for 10 minutes, or you can put it in an oven around 200, 225 degrees for, I don't know, half an hour or something like that. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to put it in my little oven over there because it's handy and I don't have to go tromping upstairs to the microwave. Okay? Yeah, I know, the microwave's a lot quicker, but I'm not moving one out here. All right, let's go ahead and get things started. All right, here it is. Now this was incredibly thoughtful and generous of Roger, and I want to thank him for sending this stuff to me. I probably wouldn't have done anything to any of this ever without some kind of a thing to kick me off the top dead center. But here we go. Here's Mr. Nasty, and here's Mr. New. So we'll even put in new hardware. Get him on there. This is a really good bench grinder. I've had it since the 70s. I worked overseas, and when I come home, I needed a new grindstone for it. And I went to Sears and asked about a grindstone. Well, they had changed the shaft size to a smaller shaft size, and this little girl working there said, "Well, when did you buy that?" And I said, "About 10 years ago." She said, "Well, what do you expect? It's 10 years old." And she said, and I said, "Well, lady," I says, "I expect this thing to last me my whole life." I said, "That's why I paid as much for it as I did, you know." And it looks like it's going to do that exact thing. It's going to last me my whole life, which is what I expected. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put the other one on while you guys are sleeping or getting a cup of coffee or something. Well, if you look at that, you can see right through both of those shields. Can't remember the last time I could see through them, but there we are. Sorry about kicking the tripod. I'm going to copy James Clow's camera mount, so some of the tripod kicking will go away. This is where I had my desiccant dryer. It was bolted to that, nailed, whatever, to that 2x4 right there. Of course, it's all gone now. All I've got is just that one little dinky job. And since there's no air on the system, I'm going to unscrew it and put the little beads in my oven to regenerate them. And then we'll get the new dryer and screw him in right in line with this one. So hang tight. Alright, let's unscrew this thing. And we'll regenerate the desiccant that's in here. I have this urge to call it catalyst. I don't know why. Other than all those years in the refinery and chemical plants, we did have desiccant, but mostly we had catalyst, you know. Alright, we'll put this over here in this pan right on top of my oven there. Put it in that pan there. When I take them out of there, they'll be nice and blue. But right now they're pink. A lot of pink. There we go. Oven's on. We're heating it up. So now the game is simply unscrew this valve and screw the other desiccant dryer on there. This one I believe is a 1/2 inch and or it may be 3/8, but we'll see if I got enough pipe to hook it up. Alright, so I've screwed them both together over there, and the new one came with a couple of packages of desiccant and of course a new little thing here. So I'm going to set it right there and try to pour the desiccant in there once I get this bag cut open. Hopefully I won't spill a lot of it. That's one of the things that happens though. You go to messing with it, and every time you mess with it you lose a little bit more. So I guess that's just the hazards of the game. Alright, try to pour it in here as best I can. I don't know if it holds 1 or 2 bags. It's been so long since I did the other one that I don't remember. Starting to look like it holds 2 bags. Well, no, it holds 1 bag. As you can see right there, that's just about full up. I'm going to go ahead and try to get everything in there. Now let's say that's everything. I'm going to take this little guy right here. Got an O-ring on him. Stick him up inside of this fitting. And see if I can't get this guy started. And I'm not getting it started worth a darn. Maybe that O-ring's just not in the right spot. I think that's it. It's just not in the right spot. I think that might have got it in the right spot. There we go. Now that other desiccant that I put in the oven is starting to turn blue. So in a minute we will have two of them. Go ahead and hook this hose on here. Well, of course, knock it in the floor. See if I can find it. Yeah. All right. There's that, and the little see-through compartment's still over there. All right, things are a little hot, but as you can tell, it's regenerated. It's turned blue. I'm going to try to ease it down in the corner of this pan in the hopes that I can pour it right over into this little container. It's not going to work now. I'm going to get this guy. I'm going to pour it into this guy. Now I can pour it in there without spilling it all over. I must have been dreaming when I was thinking about doing it some other way. Alright, here we go. I heard the thing cut off. The oven's got a timer on it. I heard it cut off and I thought, what in the world was that? And I come over to check and see how good I was doing and discovered that I was through regenerating, whether I knew it or not. And so, alright, I lost a few of those little balls. I do it every time. Alright, so you're probably wondering what the heck is with that little valve. That's because this other stuff over here downstream, there's some little air leaks, and this thing will come on every hour if I just leave this valve open. So I let the tank pump up, and when I'm not using it, I close the valve. What little bits in the line leaks out, and then when I come back, I ease it into there again. Probably not good for the desiccant, I don't know. But let me show you what the setup I've got here is. Just hang on a second. Spent the past couple of days watching videos of guys that they're putting coolers on their compressor. When the air comes out of the compressor, they run it through a transmission cooler for some vehicle that they buy them on Amazon, and they knock a lot of water out there, and then it goes out of that transmission cooler into their air tank. I'm not sure how much it would take me to do that here, but I can see that I could do it. I mean, you see there's a hose comes out of the compressor and goes into the tank, so that's possible, and I may do that. But in the meantime, I've got this timer here, which is wired into the on-off valve on this compressor. When I turn on the compressor, this timer starts, opens this valve for 10 seconds. Now that line comes off the bottom of this tank, so it blows water out of there for 10 seconds. Now when I start it this time, there's no air pressure in the tank, so it's not going to blow anything out. So what I'll do is I'll start it, and after it builds up some pressure, I'll stop it, and then I'll start it again so you can see it work. Okay? Here we go. If I can find the switch. I love this compressor. 10 times hotter than the old one. Alright, so I let it pump up to about 60 pounds, and I stopped it. Of course, it needs to go the tank pressure up to 150, thereabout. So I'm going to turn it back on, and you'll see, watch this little guy right here. You'll see it dump the water out of the tank. That's what it's supposed to do. It'll build in 10 seconds. I bet you saw that. Well, that's enough for today. Let's go see what Bubba's up to and put an end to this video. Okay? You guys keep on keeping on. If you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button and click the little notification bell. It'd make the old geezer feel really good, you know? Just subscribe. You don't have to ever come back and watch, but just subscribe, alright? Well, it seems that Bubba and Cooter, you know, was out hunting, and they're walking along, and they come on this big old hole in the ground, and they walk up and look inside of it, and they was amazed at the size of that hole, you know. And Cooter says, "Wow, that's some hole. I can't even see the bottom. I wonder how deep it is, you know." And Bubba says, "Well, I don't know." He says, "I'll throw something down in there, and we'll see how long it takes to hit the bottom." So Bubba throws a rock in there, and they don't ever hear nothing, you know. So they look around. Bubba says, "Hey, here's an old pickup truck transmission." He says, "Give me a hand, and we'll throw it in. We're bound to hear that hit the bottom." So they pick it up and drag it over the hole and throw it in there. And in just a few seconds, here comes a goat. Big old goat crashing through the brush, comes tearing up there, right up to the edge of the hole. Don't hesitate a bit, jumps in head first. And they're looking over the edge there, thinking about it, and they don't know what to think. You know, I mean, this goat jumping in the hole right in behind them. And so here they look up, and here comes this farmer. And he says, "Hey," he says, "you rednecks there," he says, "have you seen my goat?" And Bubba says, "Yeah." He says, "Just a minute ago, a big old goat come running out of the bushes there and jumped right down in this hole here." The farmer says, "That's impossible." He says, "I had him chained to a pickup truck transmission." Well, maybe he did, maybe he didn't.